Good, happy Wednesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Wednesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started right now. First up, New Hampshire no longer recommends masks in most indoor spaces as COVID-19 declines. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Home is where life happens, and good housekeeping is where you get everything you need to bring your home to life. From science-backed product reviews to triple-tested recipes to genius organizing hacks, it's a whole world of possibility, all tested for you.
State public health officials say the risk from COVID-19 has reached a point at which they are comfortable lifting their indoor mask-wearing recommendation.
The Omicron surge has been an immunizing event. It's led to people who have been infected having some additional protection.
Federal mask mandates will still apply in hospitals and on public transportation, but the lifting of the state recommendation means schools can no longer require students to wear masks.
Schools really need to transition their policies away from the mask mandates, which virtually every school district is already doing across the state.
The governor says while the National Guard deployment within hospitals will continue, some fixed vaccination sites will start to be consolidated. With the lifting of the mask recommendation, the Speaker of the New Hampshire House of Representatives announced the House would meet in Reps Hall for the first time in almost 2 years for its next session on March 10th, a move the governor endorsed.
Whether it's the House of Representatives or, Bob's Barbershop, whatever it might be, folks can really get back.
But House Democrats believe it's too soon to go back to Reps Hall.
We have so many vulnerable members, so many folks and disabled members who were putting their lives at risk. I think it's a rash decision. I think it's moving too hastily. I think we're heading in the right direction, but I think we're still not there yet.
One thing the governor did say today, he doesn't think the risk from COVID-19 will ever reach zero.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire health officials monitor for versions of Omicron that could spread faster. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
This is my time.
My time.
My time.
Everyone has one, but this one?
Well, Adam, that's right. State health officials say while things appear to be heading in the right direction, there is always a concern for variants, and the state will continue to monitor for them. Now, that includes BA2. It's a subvariant of Omicron, which we have all come to know. It has popped up in other areas around the globe, but its presence in the U.S. and here in New Hampshire remains low. So some good news there. Dr. Chan says the CDC estimates that BA2 represents about 3% of infections across the country. And here in New Hampshire, that number is actually even smaller. About less than 1% of BA2 infections have been identified.
There's some very limited early evidence that maybe the BA2 subvariant of Omicron could be more infectious or transmissible than the parent strain of the Omicron variant, but that's obviously still being studied. And there's no evidence that it causes more severe disease in humans.
Now, Dr. Chan says moving forward, we should expect to see more mutations down the road of COVID-19, but he also says there are systems in place, both at the national and local level, where officials will monitor for any risks as they emerge. Reporting live in Concord, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. "35 COVID-19 deaths announced as hospitalizations in New Hampshire fall below 100. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
And now
to the new numbers tonight. New Hampshire is announcing 35 new COVID-related deaths, 21 from Friday through today, and 14 just confirmed from January. Current hospitalizations are going up slightly tonight to 95, and this comes as active cases plummet, falling to almost 1,600. That's the fewest since mid-August. There are nearly 1,400 new cases to report now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man accused of attempted murder in connection with alleged home invasion in Litchfield. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
You might be missing out on local updates. Make sure you see us in your Facebook feed. Follow WMUR. Go to settings, tap here, and select favorite so you don't miss a thing. Just a couple of taps to make sure you're in the know.
Tom, we're here on Evergreen Circle. This is a quiet, friendly street, and the terror unfolded inside that yellow house last night, a break-in and an assault. The press release details are sparse, but neighbors say they noticed a police presence around midnight and noticed a tow truck come to the house and haul a car away, as well as a pair of ambulances around 2 a.m. that left without lights or sirens. Litchfield police say a resident was assaulted inside their home. The condition of that person is not known tonight. 25-year-old Jaffrey man Ian Morris is in custody tonight and charged with attempted murder, assault, kidnapping, and burglary. We spoke with several neighbors who remarked on how quiet the street is and how unsettling the massive police presence is.
And that's why, I haven't slept and I've been here, worked all night, so I'm still wondering what is going on. So, that's the scary thing.
Ian Morris will be arraigned at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning at Superior Court in Hillsborough County South. We're live in Litchfield this evening. Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Nation's capital brace for potential trucker convoy. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Ancestry has helped me really understand my family's immigration experience and what life must have been like for them. And as I pass it on to my daughter, it's an important part of understanding who we are.
Now to the potential trucker protest in Washington, D.C. as the city braces for an influx of truckers expected to arrive by the State of the Union. Our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, is tracking the latest developments. Good morning, Pierre.
Michael, good morning. There's word today that 3 convoys of truckers are headed here to D.C. to protest about vaccine mandates and other issues. After seeing those truckers block traffic on that bridge linking the U.S. to Canada and those large-scale protests in Canada's capital of Ottawa, officials here in D.C. are taking no chances. As many as 700 National Guard could be deployed here in Washington. Residents here can also expect to see beefed up D.C. police patrols, potential traffic changes, and it's possible there could be fencing up back up around the U.S. Capitol. After seeing what happened here on January 6th more than a year ago, authorities have learned to plan for the worst. Robin?
Not going to take any chances. All right, Pierre. Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Rob.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. Good night and goodbye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and watching.